Whatever it takes. Oh yeah. You know we gonna make it through. There's a whole lot of nastiness going down on YouTube. Now I got my eye on you. Day after day. What's going on, y'all? It's YouTube's first supervillain, BX Beast Boy. And today's gonna be a very special episode of Crime Watch. I was contacted recently by Molly Golightly saying that she wanted to get on panel, do an interview and discuss everything. And I mean everything, fam. She was definitely not shy during this interview, and I definitely didn't pull any punches. I have to give her some kind of respect, fam, for being blatantly honest. Like, I was so surprised. Like, well, okay, just gonna admit to that. All right, fam. So I got to give her a shout out. I will be linking her in the description. This ain't gonna stop none of my coverage. She's well aware that I will do my job. But if she wanted to clarify things in the future, as well as other content creators, you have that option. So shout outs to her. Let's play this interview, guys. Check it out. Listen to the full interview, man. Share the hell out of this. Hit the like button, fam. People are going to be mad. Like, people are going to be upset, bro. Oh man, let's start. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Nice. All right.
Finally.
Word. Likewise, I guess. I was a little confused. As far as I knew, you still thought I was a racist or something, or thought I was calling you racist or something. So I was kind of confused by your message. You said that, did you watch the full video and finally see that I wasn't calling you racist?
I didn't fully watch it, no. But I don't.
Wait, still?
I don't think that you think that I am. I think that, like, with certain situations when anyone is on YouTube for a while, I think you could pretty much get the feeling someone's racist, especially after like 3 years. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would assume so. My thing has always been
disinterested in talking to me. I love it.
Yeah. I'm just listening to everything you say. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I don't know how much of my content you watch, even though I crack jokes. I'm probably the most unbiased person out here.
I think it's hilarious. I know that when I was in Florida, you were streaming a video, but you didn't know like the backstory behind it. And
would you like to break that down?
He doesn't know. I go, but I did. I stood up for you. I go, but it was a reaction because you were telling me you need to take a shower. You need to take a shower. But you didn't know that I had been on an overnight layover and my bag was in Florida and I was, I had to stay at a hotel without my bag. It was already in Florida and I had to stay in Philadelphia. It was awful when I had an awful experience down there in Florida. So,
could you explain more of why go down there? Like, what was the point that I didn't know?
What was the point
of
me going down there?
Yeah, maybe there's something I don't know. Because it looked like you just went down there just to yell.
Nobody knew. I was on Robbie's panel and he started talking about it. And the more that he kept saying that these people wouldn't come out of their house and shit, I was like, what? And that the people, that they were just hiding in there. And that people were just passing by and stuff like that. I was like, who do these people think they are? I wasn't really that much interested in the case because it was such a big one. And when people that do the true crime stuff, when they find like a moneymaker, that's all they talk about.
I see.
But that's what they do. But this is what they do the whole time. They just talk mad shit and then they twist everything and they think they're great for having someone up who's somehow connected to the case. And they do all this shit talking on the computer, but nobody ever gets on a plane and just goes to see what's up. That's exactly what I did, is I went to see what's up.
Okay. You was just like, yeah, man, let's go over there. You had to know that you would receive some backlash for it.
I didn't think that, I didn't record myself leaving the basket. And when I left the basket in front of the house, I still didn't record. When I saw someone at the window and was yelling, it was a news guy that recorded it and put it on Twitter. So people are asking me like, oh my God, people are making tons of money off that video, off your video, take it down. I'm like, that's not my video. I was basically caught on tape. But I did record myself putting the basket together.
I was going to ask, wasn't your friend Tiffany recording you? Didn't she upload a version of it from her perspective?
That wasn't her perspective. She wasn't there. She stole the video from Enton, that guy.
So she wasn't even there, so she just uploaded someone else?
No, she was on FaceTime.
Wow, so she wasn't there physically. She was there like on the phone.
For me to do it. She was like, it's fine. So I ended up at a dollar store to get something to drink. And it was crazy because we found the sunflowers. I saw the laundry thing. The laundry stuff was right there. And then as I was paying to get myself an iced tea, there was one Monster energy drink. And I was like, yeah, put this with it too. And it just all came together. I had already been for hours and I didn't raise my voice one time. So a lot of people think that was the protest when I was yelling at the house. There was no one there except for like the photographers and stuff. Everybody was just chill. I came back. Nobody was there. That's when I left the basket. I recorded myself putting it together and that's on my channel. But then I moved the basket, put it there. And while I was on my knees in the mud, because it's disgusting, I was fixing Gabby's flowers and I saw somebody right at that window. And that's when I was like, oh, no. Who do you think you are? I was actually yelling for like a whole minute. Then they only got that very last part. Because that Enton guy, whatever his name is, he was hiding inside of a rented house next door in the air conditioning. Everybody else was outside. That's why I look a wreck. I was wearing the same clothes that I was before. I never even checked into the hotel because you know that I would have like been dolled up if I knew I was gonna be all over TikTok
on camera,
news and shit.
So, I would assume that, but then I also assume that you wasn't like really in the right mind state when you went down there.
No,
because it's like still I'm thinking how could you have think that would have been productive to what was going on? Or did you not think, or you just was like, F it, I'm just down there? It was just emotion. What was it?
I think it was a little bit of everything. I think a lot of it was fuck this. I think a lot of it was I'm going down there. I wanted to do something good and leave pink roses for Gabby every single day. And that never happened. I never even got a chance to go to her real memorial. Like everything that came out of my trip there, like when I was flying back, the Sun reached out to me and said, will you give us an interview? Because we're getting backlash on you leaving that basket. They think it was at the Gabby Memorial. And I said, what are you talking about?
Wait, so you left the basket and you didn't go to the memorial?
I didn't get a chance to go to the memorial.
I would think that would be the first place you would go.
I didn't know where it was. I thought the memorial was outside the house, but then they said the big one is at where the it's
what? Marley, you found that house quicker than you could find the memorial.
No, I didn't. I planned to go on they said that was the saddest part. So I planned to go on my last day, which was Monday. But I forgot that I lost the whole day on Thursday because my plane got delayed 2 times and I stayed overnight. So while I was live, I was like, when I leave Monday, and then I was like, oh shit, no, what's today? And then I realized that I had to go tomorrow. So I ran over and I was live. I ran over to the window and I said, oh my God, it's already almost getting dark. We're at least a half an hour away. By the time that I get there, it's going to be dark. And I had to get up really early and go for my flight. I had to turn the car in. And and now they're taking it down. ABC TV has been out there all these days, but they're all packed up from what I heard. All the press is packed up, and I don't know why. But I do know that there's supposed to be a protest kind of with Jonathan and the people I protested with. They're going back Monday.
Wow. So they're going to keep it going. Are you going to go back?
I've thought
about it. Just you thought about it? What? Still? After all of this, you still going to go back over there?
I would want to go back because I really want to see. I want to see these people carried out in handcuffs. I want to see it from my own eyes.
But all right, so you're saying that. Do you have any kind of like proof that they were involved directly?
Financially, I believe so.
You believe so, but do you have any proof?
No, I don't think any of us. Well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, they all went camping together and, you know,
it's circumstantial.
Cameras.
That's circumstantial. We don't know anything yet. Nothing. We don't know anything for sure. So that's why I'm like, when I'm asking you that, you didn't like think of that when you went down there? Like, oh, wait, we don't know for sure yet. You were just like, nope, emotion. I'm feeling this way. I'm going.
I was just like, I'm going. I don't know what else I am.
And still, at this very moment, you don't like regret that because you're thinking about going back.
Hell no, I don't regret it. I'm glad Cassie came out. I saw that as a win, and I was proud. A lot of people still think she was lying when she came out. I don't like the fact that her husband said, "Oh yeah, we can't hear you in there." When meanwhile, the wife is out there saying, "We heard you guys yelling on Saturday. You were scaring my kids." So then you did hear us. Okay.
Yeah, and also the kids were being scared as well, Molly.
Not mine. I didn't even know.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I said, Jonathan, are they even inside? Wow. And they're like, we don't know. And I said, oh my God. So I went up. I didn't record myself doing this. I went up, banged on the door, rang the doorbell. No one came out. And then the cop came up to me and goes, ma'am, you can yell all you want, but just don't touch the house. We're not sure if they're in there or not. And I'm like, well, I don't want to seem like I'm yelling at an empty house. But it turns out I found out they were in that house. So I believe that Cassie did sleep on it and heard what we were saying. Her brother is not worth it. You know, she's being embarrassed, you know, by her neighbors. It's going to affect her money, her job, her marriage, her children. It's not worth it. Is that your
intention?
I was like, turn him in and take the money. Just do it. He's a loser. Just do it. Like that's what.
So wait. So when you went out there to do that, was that your intention? Was to get her to think about all of that stuff and get her to do that?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I want them to give him up. I want this to end. I don't like when we did the Chris Watts thing, there was some people that just talk about it for 3 years straight. I can't do that. And I won't.
Yeah, I don't know how people still speak about that. That's kind of crazy. I wanted to ask you, in one of the clips, I saw that you were directing someone to go ring the bell. You literally was telling them, yo, this is where this is at. This is where that person is from the news. You should ring the bell. You think that was okay? Or Oh, damn.
When I'm not thinking, everything's okay.
That's all I was gonna say, because you don't seem like someone that is too into cancer culture or cancer moms. You seem like someone that has had cancer moms at them. You don't, and you still don't feel the type of way about you directing people to go to their house to ring their bell and stuff like that.
If she was curious, then I mean, she was there to ring people's doorbells. Are you talking about the girl that came up in back of me when I was putting the basket by?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and he was like, "Hey, go over there. That's where it's at. Ring that bell."
Yeah, she
should go do it now.
Sales, and she was like, "Is this where?" And it seemed a little shady. Like it seemed a little odd that she would not know what was happening. So I was like, "Hey, go on up." I could have went up there and rang the doorbell. I could have.
You went up there and knocked. You just said that you went up there and knocked.
I wish that I would have went up there. No, that was at Cassie's house.
Okay.
I'm talking about the BLT's house. When I left the basket, I wish I would have taken the basket instead and walked on up like this, dum, 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 and just rang the doorbell and left it right there. That's what I wish I would have done.
That would have been perceived as even crazier than the videos that we all have seen. That'd have been up, and still, you're just like, well.
It was a good message. It was a good message.
For them to admit that they're involved, even though we don't know if they're involved?
They have to be involved. He had a 10-day start. BXB's boy. He knew. I mean, if your kid came home with your future daughter-in-law's van without the daughter-in-law, and they've been gone for 4 months, you would be like, where's Gabby? So they have to And
what if he didn't tell them though? What if he didn't tell them anything? There's certain cases where the parents are not involved whatsoever because the kids are just crazy. You never seen the movie We Need to Talk About Kevin?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Well, you ever seen the real life situations of kids that do crazy things and their parents have no involvement and now they have to deal with the aftermath
You
and
mean
people
like,
knocking on their doors?
or Jeffrey Dahmer? Shit
Is his parents like, I don't know the details about his parents directly, but
they didn't
if
know.
his parents had nothing to do, you said they didn't know nothing, right?
I don't like Roberta's attitude. When I found out, when the police officer told me that she called 46 times the police because people were outside her house, I'm not the first one to go outside her house and yell. There were hundreds of people, hundreds before me, hundreds.
That's crazy though. All right, so think about it this way. What if people, because they didn't like you or they disagree with something you did, they came to your house, knocked on your door, was bringing you baskets? Would you be fine with it?
If it's donuts and shit, I'd be fine with it. I'd be like, hey, what's up?
I knew the answer before I even asked it. You'll probably get dolled up and walk out there and take pictures with them. And what? All right, that is different.
I never hurt a kid. I never hurt an animal. I never hurt a human being. I haven't hurt anybody. I'm not involved in anybody's missing or I never did a crime.
Can you prove that they did? Themselves. Can you prove that they did?
BLT sympathizer?
Am I a what?
Are you a BLT sympathizer?
I am unbiased, listen to every side, don't have information, so I look at everything. Sizer. That's me. I'm a not rush to judgment guy. You remember when I was watching your clips?
Stories. Remember that.
Yeah, that does nothing for me. Emotion has no way of, I guess, directing where my opinion or my thoughts go. I still need to see everything. And I still, to this moment, say, I don't know enough. You admitted that we don't know for sure. Everything's circumstantial.
Was a pedophile.
Do I think what?
Michael Jackson was a pedophile.
I think the one thing that's for sure is that there were a lot of people that definitely lied about it.
Right.
And a lot of things that didn't make sense within that investigation. So that's the only thing I can say for sure. Is this something that wasn't right with him? That's clear as day. Could it have been what they thought? No. It could have just been him just having trouble with having a bad childhood.
True. Do you believe Casey Anthony killed her kid?
I don't know. I would have to look more into it. I can't just go off the top and give you an answer for that one.
What about OJ? Do you think OJ's guilty?
I think something ain't right for sure, but I'm not going to say if he's guilty or not, especially if he went through a trial and won. But I will say something don't seem right. Definitely. And I think after the fact, he has put his foot in his mouth every single chance. Like every single chance he has put his foot in his mouth. Wrote books about it. And yeah. But still, I have to be unbiased and go with the rules and the law. Do you base everything off of like how you emotionally feel to these cases?
Yeah.
Do you not think that could be dangerous in your coverage?
No.
Not at all? Have you made any mistakes so far in your coverage of true crime?
Every single day. But I do.
And do you think that?
If I'm
Which
wrong,
is okay.
If I'm wrong, it'll be a genuine apology. But if I don't apologize, I'm never going to apologize. And no one's you owe me an apology. Well, so you want me to say, oh, I'm sorry and not mean it? That's completely disingenuous. And why would you even want that? It should be on my terms. But no, do I mess up? Yes, I actually had to come clean about the story that was put out on TMZ about the cops coming to the BLT house where we were. When I finally read it, because I said, you guys are being lied to about to TMZ. And then I actually got a chance to read it. And I was like, no, that's pretty accurate, actually. So I did take that back. I was like, sorry, my bad.
And like making mistakes, that's part of the game. I get it, especially when you're in true crime or just in media in general. But do you think that being emotionally attached to these stories have a huge part to play with it?
With me, I'm different than everyone else. I'm not a true crime channel, and I am an empath. And I wish that I could be like these other people that talk about these stories and not, cry or not get angry and get judgmental. But I just can't. And that's one of the reasons why my mom wants me to stop. It physically gets to me. Like, I get completely whacked out as if it was like a relative of mine.
What kind of... Oh, go ahead. Continue. I didn't want to cut you off. Sorry. Continue.
I do. I genuinely do care about these stories that they talk about. Like when they were doing Summer Wells, of course I cared, but when I saw the craziness with that church with the snakes, and then I saw that Don was, that women were coming out saying that they were molested by him, and then the fake phone call to the sister saying that Don was arrested. Like, I was like, all right, these people are just nuts out there, and I can't with these people. I was like, because I'll go down there and lose my mind. And people are asking me why I don't go down there yelling, why me and Tiffany don't go down to Tennessee yelling at, Candace and Dawn. Why? Because I don't want to be beef jerky. They got like 2,900 dogs, rabid dogs. And plus where they live, you can't just get there. And there's nobody, protesting. And I think that I also have to back up with, sometimes there's these weird cover-ups and connections. And when you realize that there's cover-ups and connections, you're like, yeah, now I need to like take off. Because you also don't want to be used as a patsy.
True. I do understand that. So you said you're not a true crime channel. What kind of channel would you classify your channel as?
A buffet channel.
Elaborate.
A buffet. Sometimes I'm talking about, God, I've talked about everything on my channel. And the thing is I'm unpredictable. But
the last few months or maybe even a year, what would you consider it?
What's that?
I said for the last few months up to maybe even a year, what would you consider your channel?
Just Molly Golightly.
Still a buffet? It's like a lot of true crime content.
There's been a lot, only because I'm fixated on it now. Once I'm burnt out, I can't. Once I'm burnt out, I'm done. And I will eventually get burnt out. My mom wants me to stop.
If you're that emotionally attached, I'm not going to tell anyone what to do, but I do think you shouldn't be that emotionally attached to these stories. I don't think anything can benefit from it, especially when you're acting based off of it. I think that could be very dangerous. And it seems like your supporters are the same way. They're just as emotional about some of these cases, which is understandable. Not saying anyone shouldn't be emotional. I'm just saying when decisions are being made, and even though you don't consider yourself a true crime channel, your channel is like 99.99% true crime. That's just really dangerous to me. And you don't see that.
I don't think it's 99, no.
You don't think it's 99?
I don't think 99, no. I think that since you've been around, that's what you've seen.
Well, I did say the last few months up to a year. I know that you've done stuff before that. Like I'm well aware of a lot of your career. I've seen some of the reality TV shows which I actually want to dive into that too. This clip went viral of you pretty much, which is reality TV, not shaming you for it, acting your ass off in one of these reality TV shows and actually telling the camera, yo, did we get it? Did we get the clip? So a lot of people might even think that you might be using that with some of these true crime cases. Is anyone you would like to speak on that and clarify?
I'm not a trained actress. I'm not a trained actress.
Which you will put on for the camera if they ask you to.
When they put the pressure on, yeah.
Which is, I'm sure that that's what happens in these reality TV situations, right?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, you gotta do that. Right. Do you think that you took any lessons from that and use that in YouTube at all? Anything?
I don't think that. No, I think that I've been as genuine as possible on YouTube. And I think I was trying to be as genuine as possible with Wife Swap. But what I was really freaking out about at Wife Swap was I saw a buggy, which means that I'm not going to be able to do my hair and makeup on TV. And that bothered me. You know?
Now you were just like, nah, I ain't with that. And they probably bigged it up to make it look worse for the camera, is what you're saying?
The whole time they had a hotel room for me. The whole
Really?
And I never took them up on it. I didn't want to be rude to those people. So I stayed.
How long ago was that?
9 years.
Damn. When was the last time you was on reality TV?
When I lived in Jersey, I did a few things for like Japanese TV, and then I did a pilot for the BBC. And it was like this guy, the creator of Super Nanny, came to my house and did a show, just a pilot to sell for. He was the creator of Super Nanny. He did it with me, my husband, and Jake. And I don't think he ever got it off the ground because once we moved here and the whole COVID thing stopped, it's really hard to sell TV shows now because they're not doing shit anymore. So I was wondering if all the other stuff that I had filmed from the past was going to resurface from the cutting room floor. Because a lot of
things have you done? How many like TV shows were you a part of?
I don't remember. I've even done commercials. I've done commercials that I've never seen. I've done ads. I've done print work that I've never actually seen in print. I've done all this stuff, and you just keep going. And I think that when it was around 2014, I just stopped auditioning for everything. And
just done with it?
I went to rehab, and and 2015 is when I got the Bell's palsy. And then 2016 is when we moved to Jersey, and I just stopped. But then people do reach out for, like that guy that was here, not here, but in Jersey, we were eating lunch. And I was like, oh my God, you really created Super Nanny? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, how come you guys don't have more YouTubers on your shows? And he goes, are you kidding me? You think that we don't want YouTubers on he goes, they won't let us. They won't give it up. Because once you give up, if my channel is worth over $50,000, I have to give up 15% of future revenue to whatever contract I sign. So if someone's in a hold, I have to fork over that. So if I was to write a book, 15% to 30% goes to them because they want their cut. So he said, they'd love to give Jenna Marbles her own show, but they won't give up their YouTube channels. They make too much money. Now, this is back before that guy, what was his name? Logan Paul did that dead body in the thing. He screwed over a lot of YouTube channels. As far as
I believe so. You could tell.
He Coca-Cola, Walmart, all the big ones all pulled out, and look at him. He's still making gajillions of dollars and boxing and his Lamborghini. I will never be that big, and I'm okay with that. I think that once you hit 7,000 followers, that's when it starts getting really crazy, and that's when you start feeling a little uncomfortable. But the more subscribers that you have, the more pressure I believe there is.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
What's I guess pressuring about it?
What the hell? Oh, next.
Just do your thing.
That's what I've been doing. But imagine being a niche channel. And if you are a niche channel, you will grow. But not drama. Drama is one little section in a little corner. And that is what stalled me. Some people used to say, yeah, drama's where the money's at. Not really, because YouTube's really cracking down on specific things. And I knew that because I always read the things that they send me, and they tell us about things that we're not supposed to talk about. The
terms of service.
Like we're not allowed to talk about the then.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're not allowed to talk about that. We're not allowed to talk about the.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've received strikes for talking about that stuff, so
I'm not
I
gonna.
already know.
I would never bring that up on your channel.
No, I'm saying I have in the past received strikes for talking about it. Yes, 100%. I've received strikes for talking about mask. For the others, yeah, all of that. So you even gotta say I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, YouTube does crack down on that extremely heavy. Though I did receive an update saying that they was going to try to ease up. I don't know if you received that as well, but I thought they sent that to everyone. They sent out an alert to me saying that they want to ease up on what they cracking down on and give creators a little bit more space for freedom of speech. We'll see.
Talked to YouTube once in the middle of the night. I got to talk to them. There's this girl, her channel's about me. And the woman looked in and she goes, oh my God. She goes, this is not what YouTube is supposed to be used for. And she goes, I'm going to send you these things. I want you to fill them out. I said, I'll do it in the morning. The next morning I woke up, her whole channel was gone. And I felt bad. And she felt bad, but she started another one. And then I never heard from her again. But I did feel
damn.
And I swore that I wasn't going to do that ever again.
Did you know that was going to happen?
I think I did, yeah. I was hoping it would have.
Whoa.
It's going a little bit too far. Like she was just...
What's too far to you? Because I do want to ask you about criticism.
Lies. It was just lies. And it was lies. Your opinion is one thing. But when it's flat out lies and you're trying to say this, that, I don't remember what the hell she was doing, but she was bad. And she later came back around and apologized. And she was like, I'm so stupid. I had all of those followers. I had gotten monetized because of your name. If I would have just stopped talking about you, I could have went in a different direction and supported my family. And I was like, sorry.
So is it that people talk about you, or is it that just when they lie, when they go too far? Do you mind if people speak on you in general if they're not lying?
Oh, I want people to talk about me. I'm not gonna lie. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I know. I do. You know what? And I can actually say I respect that aspect of you because of all your friends, you're the only one that will be honest about that.
Yeah, a lot of people talked about. And
it's crazy.
They look, I don't. I'm like, yeah. Because if you put out a hate video about me and you have people that don't know who I am, and you're like, look at this hot mess, look at this fucking mom's gone wild, she's a train wreck, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be curious about this lady.
And they're going to go find you.
Believe that no one is going to really give any time to someone that they hate. There are people that I despise. But the last, like that bitch that I talked about in the what do you call it? I can't stand that lady. And I'm glad that you gave it. I'm glad you gave it to her. She is out there. But the thing is I know she's out there and I know she's mental. So I feel bad making fun of someone that's mentally deranged.
Oh, no, she could kiss my ass. Anyone that tries to use me as a weapon.
She is insane. And she does the meanest, cruelest things to people.
From what I've seen, just her trying to direct me to do her dirty work was enough for me.
Told me about that. We would say Robbie. Say Robbie's like, oh my God, you gotta watch this. I was like, oh God, this one again? And he goes, no. He goes, Marissa. Oh my God. He was like, the ex-boys in my good graces. I love him. He goes, he told me, own that bitch. And I was like,
that's crazy. That's been me the entire time. That's why, like, my biggest thing with Say Robbie is I feel like he never watched my actual content. I feel like everyone that has a problem with me doesn't watch my full content because I'm the guy that's going to defend people when someone accuses someone of being racist or that I'm Mr. Anti-cancel culture.
He was like, oh my God, you got to see this video. And I watched it and I was like, because it's true. But this is the thing. There's a control. There's some people who are a little bit too big for their britches and they expect to just point and that you're going to do this for them. Like it's going to help you in some way. Or I don't know how her ego is that big to think that she can tell people what to do. I would never do that. I would.
It's emotional manipulation, clearly. She thinks that everyone's going to feel so sad for her that they're just going to do her bidding. That's exactly what it is. It's emotional manipulation.
Like really like her, and they're all weird. And I'm like,
I've noticed that.
You can keep that.
Yeah, I've noticed it because I've seen you beef with people and then have them on your panel, hanging out with them. So I don't think that you hold grudges.
Laura, I did. I used to want to beat her senseless at one point in my life.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Laura,
how'd y'all squash that?
But Laura's changed. The work for me, bully-wise, has always been Brian St. John. I don't know if you know who Brian St. John is.
I've heard of him, but never looked too much into him.
Okay. He was the fucking worst. And then, he apologized, and and I realized he is a good guy. I have to believe that deep down somewhere, beneath all that hate and beneath the wanting to be, I get people want to grow their channels, but some people have to realize that there's only so far you can go on one particular person. People are going to get bored of hearing about Tiffany Marie. They're going to get bored about hearing about Robbie. They're going to be bored. You got to keep the wheels going, and you can't be too nasty to where it's where people feel threatened. Like your friend Negs, he went a little too far. I don't know exactly how, but there are some people that go too far. And that one guy he was making so much money. Interview room.
Yeah, he went too far.
He went way too far. And I'm just like, you can't do that. And hey, if people report, I'm sure people report me because they don't like me. But I don't know,
and say Robbie reports me because he don't like me. And tell me that to my face. That no, listen, you're not stealing it. It's just I don't like you.
Well, I did meet Robbie in person. He's very much like what you see on.
He seems very sensitive. That's his big thing. He seems like really emotional.
He's a good guy. He is fun. He's very funny. I don't think that he means to hurt anybody, and I think that he's one of those people that wants to be liked. But I told him 3 years ago, I was like, listen, you need the haters. You need them. Not everyone's going to like you. It's 80-20 with everything in life.
Do you think he should be striking channels down because he's not liked?
It's not going to work.
Yeah, because he's lying and he could get in trouble for it. Sending out 4 strikes is definitely something that YouTube will look into if you do it enough. And he strikes me a lot. I've received probably over 7 at least.
Really?
Yes, he strikes me every single time I speak about him. If I use his clip, if I don't use his clip. I remember one time I said, I'm not going to use any clips and I'm just going to talk about the situation. He striked it. And that's what he does. Because I guess he wants me to like him so bad. It's kind of strange to me. But no, not everyone has to like you. The same way we can have a discussion and I could look at your clip and be like, I think you were wrong for this. It's as simple as that. It doesn't have to be like we're buddy and all that. And his actions makes me view him a certain way. And I know you're friends, but I had to get your opinion on that because a lot of the true crime channels or channels that have done true crime, they always mention you as if they look up to you. And like you're like they're following in your footsteps, but then they're doing a lot of nasty things on their own. And people would perceive that as maybe they're learning it from you. And I'm sure that that's not the case. Everyone's responsible for themselves. But what's your opinion on things like that? False strikes or selling candles and putting kids on it?
I've never intentionally tried to hurt people. I think if anything, I have been used and abused the most. Am I crying a river about it? No, it's a learning experience. The candle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Laura is Laura. Laura is all about the money. Okay. She admits it. She's like, if I'm not making money, then fuck YouTube.
For Summer Wells, though?
Huh?
For Summer Wells, though?
She ended up not making it.
Come on. It was on the website. It was on the site, on sale. Prices is up. Come on. She definitely was trying to make money off of that child.
Well, I think that there is a Save Robbie candle. There is a Molly Golightly candle.
Nothing wrong with that.
Or St. Jude, but I never had her do $5 of my candle to St. Jude because I can easily go live for 4 hours and raise a couple of thousand for St. Jude that goes directly to them.
Would be the best way to handle something like that, right?
I'm glad that I have 10,000 subscribers to do that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she wanted to donate $5 to the missing and exploited children.
Out of what, 25? 5 out of 25? This is Tiffany and Laura.
Yeah, Tiffany went berserk. Tiffany put Laura in a timeout because of that.
Oh, so Tiffany didn't approve.
No, Tiffany lost her shit.
I would too if anyone put my face on it.
You're supposed to provide your photo. Someone who's a Tiffany fan did ask Laura for a Summer Wells Tiffany candle. Then Tiffany found out about it and was like, no, take that down off your website. And Laura did. That's how I understood it. And Tiffany was like, oh my God. And yeah, that's
crazy.
And Laura took it down.
See, and after the fact, right? And I'm not going to say you choose your friends, but with things like that going on, how do you view that? From like, I don't know if you're cool with somebody or just creators, you want to be around them. When they're doing things like that without you guys' permission, they just putting y'all faces on candles and selling it with Summer Wells. How do you feel about that? Like, what do you think of when that happens?
As a picture of me and my dog. I'm okay with that. But with a picture of me and Summer Wells, no. But I think she would have asked me first, but I don't think Tiffany was asked before Laura did it for someone else. That's what I believe happened. And this only happened like a month ago that this happened. But yeah, Tiffany lost her shit. Tiffany wasn't happy. Tiffany hasn't made a cent off the Summer Wells. A cent.
She doesn't monetize the videos?
She could have, with all the videos that she's made, she could have easily been making between $8,000 and $10,000 with everything that she has done. And she didn't.
I agree.
I was like, oh my God. I'm like, YouTube wants you to monetize.
So she just doesn't monetize none of her videos.
She loves that little girl. She loves her.
Okay. You can't really argue with that. If she doesn't monetize it, doesn't make any money. Even though I disagree with a lot of her actions, you can't really argue with that. And to find out that she had nothing to do with this and that this girl just did this without her permission, that's insane.
Tiffany would have given a nicer picture, I'm sure. That picture was taken from my live with Vinnie Politan.
I don't think she would have given a picture at all for this, no, right? Yeah, I would hope not. I want to continue to ask you about this too, because a lot of people would want to know. There was a situation where you had some friends on a live stream and they made a comment about Atlanta being too dark.
Yeah.
I want to ask you just, how do you feel about that? And then I want to ask you a second question involving that. But how do you feel about that situation? Could you maybe clarify?
I'm not sure if she knew I was live. I think she knew I was live. We were talking about doing a meet and greet. I said I was going to do one in Atlanta. I personally don't like Atlanta. And then she was like, I don't like Atlanta. It's too dark. And what I thought she was meaning was that it was too black.
Come on, that's clear as day. Yeah. I don't care what that's clear as day. That's what she meant.
But then when she said that, what she meant was it's too dark. There's so much crime. Well, guess what? There's a lot of crime in Chicago. And I love Chicago.
I actually pulled up the chart. When she said that, I pulled up the charts for where the crime was. I was like, yeah, she's lying. That's just, she said something crazy and didn't know that she was being recorded, bro.
But I don't like Atlanta. I prefer Chicago. I love Memphis. I like Tennessee. I don't like Miami.
Got you.
Yeah, she said, and I was like, oh, crap. Here we go.
You already knew. This leads me to my next part. Your instance was to grab the first black face you saw and pull that little black boy into the camera and go, look at his face. Black face.
Isn't he so cute, though?
He's a handsome young fellow. But why? No, you knew what you was doing.
Calling him token. That's what I thought.
That you definitely was tokening him. You made him the token. You definitely look at this. So you knew what you was, because you was laughing when you said it. You knew that, hey, this ain't me saying this stuff on the phone. Look, I got black people in my house. Come over here. Look at this black face.
Look, my daughter's black.
I get it, right? No one's even accusing you of anything, but you had to know that. Come on, don't do that. You knew damn well people go like, did she just use this little kid blackface to excuse?
You know what? He's here all the time. They're actually at another black kid's house right now where a guy just died in the building. That's what Jake is.
I get it, but Molly, you didn't have to do that though. You weren't the one that said it. That was what my initial response was with the DMX thing. Was I felt like you kept going too far into the explanation. I was like, there's nothing wrong with what she did, but you kept going. I'm like, all right, people are going to make this look worse now. She's like, wait, no, it's not what you think.
When I do my fundraisers and I'm laughing and still doing rap, I can't do it anymore. I got to stay shut because the S-word in every single fucking song. I'm like, dead.
Yes. I would think, DMX song. Yes. Hell yeah.
Blank, blank, blank.
Yeah. And my thing is, I don't care. It's just a song. But the after effects of you trying to fix the situation is like, oh, this makes this horrible. Pulling the black face into the screen, you explaining, and I think you called your black friend to ask him if it was okay. I'm like, what are you doing? You just said a song. It's a song. So what?
Amir's a staple in this house.
I hear that. And I think another content creator like redid the exact thing that you did. I don't know. Did he do it first or did he go after you and mimic it? Like when he was rapping a DMX song, this Larry guy. He was rapping a DMX song. It's another content creator. He's crazy. But he was doing the exact same. It was as if he's seen the controversy or the attention that you got for doing it. And he literally did the same exact thing. Was rapping the same song, I think, too, and just started saying it. But his was so blatant. I was like, come on, bro. Come on. But I do bring it up to say that I think the way that you handle some of these situations make it look way worse than what it actually is. Like, I'm not the PC guy. I'm anti-cancel coach. I don't care about the N-word in a song. But the cleanup job is horrible, mom. Your cleanups be horrible.
But you want to know something? They get me for everything. Even the stupidest shit.
That's like, what happens when you're a public figure.
They would ever come up with, I'm like, wait. All right, so when I got COVID, they were telling me that I was lying. I got...
Damn.
Yes. And they also said something about, that I didn't own this house. They say that me and my husband are not married. I have no idea. They say crazy things all the time. I'm just like, where the hell are they getting this from? Laura, Life with Black, started a rumor that me and Adrian were divorced and that I lost custody of Jake. Like people.
That's crazy. And you still associate with this person?
No, I hate it. I wanted to kill her for like about 2 years. But then
you forgave her.
Help when, that whole situation went down with that lady Diane. I wasn't friends with Tiffany or Laura until like something really big and major. There was a woman on here who was saying that every super chat that you donate, and she got away with this for a couple of years. And I'm telling you, this is the worst thing anybody could have ever done. I mean, you would think that I killed somebody with the way they come after me, but this woman said day after day, her and her little partners, all the money is given to kids at St. Jude. And Tiffany was like, this bitch fucked with me for the last time. And then when I found out, I was suspicious of it a couple of years ago as well. But then when it all came to, that's when I was like, you know what? I'm in because I'm a donor of St. Jude. And Laura was on board with that. And I was like, you know what? If you're going to do this for the goodness of those kids, then you're my people. I wasn't really thinking that we were hate bonding, but I do think that Laura's changed in the past couple of years. I think that she's been pulled through the ringer. They've called CPS on her. They call the cops on her. They do all this crap to her. And the thing is I don't think
she changed.
I think that she's trying her best. That's what I do. And I like that about her. I like that she's trying to do better. But yeah, sometimes but she doesn't apologize. But there are some people that do things and they don't realize that what they're doing could be frowned upon or offensive.
Oh, no. Come on. You're not going to do it. You know damn well Laura is well aware of everything she does. There's no way. No, because she says, so what? She'll be like, yeah, I said it. I did it. What you going to do? I've debated Laura and had her tell me that I hated women. And then I gave her a list of men that I speak about, including Save Robbie. And her response was, you only talk about women. Like, just blame it straight to my face. Ignored everything I just said. Proof, evidence, none of that. I don't think there's no excuse. She's well aware of what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. But like you said, it's all about that money. She's trying to make that money.
Don't you want to make money on here?
The right way. I want to make enough to where I can keep doing what I do and just that. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm not trying to get a massive following. Right. If I don't gain another subscriber, I'm fine. The way I speak and the way I think in today's society, I'm well aware that I'm not the guy that's going to blow up. I lose subscribers every time I drop a video because of my honesty. So no, I'm not trying to make a killing. No, just enough to keep doing what I'm doing.
Why haven't you entertained your strength in news talk radio? I mean, you have a radio voice. You know that, right?
Oh, well, thank you. I do appreciate that. I don't know. I like standing on my own soapbox.
And you like clowning on people. I mean, maybe if you had like a little team. I mean, I could totally see you with Funny Marco. I'm sure you know who Funny Marco is, right?
Nah.
Funny Marco is a YouTuber. And what he does is he goes to Walmart and he records people and he just walks up to them and he acts like he knows them. And he's constantly clowning on people. But he's hysterical, does it? And he gets away with it. Like,
I think I do know who that is. Didn't you use him for a thumbnail? You used his picture for a thumbnail once.
Yes.
For the, what was it, Darian?
Yes.
Okay, so I knew he was familiar.
Oh, I love it.
Well, I appreciate that.
You would get a kick out of him. But the thing
I'll check him out.
Copy it, but imagine if you were like the Jerky Boys. Imagine if you recorded yourself with German Lady making prank calls. You sound very serious. You could record yourself making the funniest prank calls in the entire world. You can call and say, I'm calling news radio, blah, 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 blah. And you could totally freak hotel employees out and be like, we're investigating this crime that happened. And they're like, wait, what are you talking about? Well, did you know that there were ghosts in that room? Paranormal activities. Like, if I had your voice, I'd be recording myself freaking the shit out of people.
That sounds like it would be funny, but it don't sound like me, though. I'm like the honesty, truth. I'll call people to tell them about themselves. But as far as doing like that kind of stuff, I don't know, the social experiments.
What would happen if you literally got the phone and said, I'm just going to call a random number that I don't even know. And when they pick up the phone, say it's an old man, you'd be like, hey, I'm calling to tell you about yourself.
They would probably hang up on me.
But
they would 100% say that.
No, there are going to be a couple that hang in there and they're going to be like, excuse me?
Oh, yeah, and get crazy.
Exactly.
Same thing as when I dropped the link in live streams. Same thing. You'll probably get some funny content out of it, I'm sure.
If you can make people laugh, you got them. You've got them. People,
and I don't even try.
They love drama, but they also like to laugh. The drama queens, they'll never make money because they're not funny. But if the drama queens were funny, if the drama queens were funny, like, all right, take the drama queen German Lady. She's funny. She's really funny when you get her going. And so is the other lady that everybody hates. What's her name? Miss Fucking Wonderful. And so is Bombshell Reloaded. Bombshell's got a problem with everybody. And it's hilarious. But if you're not, if you're just like Wendy or Marianne, they're not funny. Like, you're not going to keep my attention. Stay poor, bitch. You know?
I'm sure. But that's when it comes to this, my goal is 100% just be honest and stay true to my supporters. I'm not trying to like grow massively, get any kind of income. It's not about the money for me. Not at all. Especially the way I get striked and flag, fam. Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not about the money for me.
If I didn't make money, I'd be like, peace out, bitches.
You wouldn't do YouTube if you didn't make money?
Nah, it's not worth the headaches.
Did it take you long to get monetized when you first came on YouTube?
Huh?
Or did it take you a while to get monetized when you first started YouTube?
Yeah, I didn't have somebody to give me a helping hand. It was just all on my own. It was a phone and a cheap little $10 stand, just like this. And I had
You was doing that for free
with anybody, and that's how I gained 20,000. My first 20,000 followers were like that. No, I don't know how to edit. I can't make any fancy thumbnails. Nothing.
Yeah, personality. But you was doing that for free though at first before you got monetized.
Yeah, I gave it. Yeah, but I knew I would get monetized.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't even think that was a thought like at all when I did YouTube. I was just doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, money has never been the main focus. Is if I could do enough for where I can continue to do what I do, that's all I need. But I like the crowd reaction, me talking to supporters. That's the stuff that keeps me going. People telling me how I motivated them. They appreciate my honesty. They use my philosophies for life. That's the stuff that keeps me motivated as hell. Like the money, if you focus on that, eventually it's going to be a downfall. Man.
You're right. The focus and the greed, that could lead you down a dangerous path. Because if something happens, you lose that channel and they demonetize you. I mean,
it's over.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, I don't consider myself a bully. I don't try to hurt people. But there are times where I'm just like, this is the bitch that left her kid alone with this monster, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes I get nuts. Like, I take it personal. Some of these some of these stories, I take extremely personal. I'm just like, oh my God, why couldn't this woman, if she didn't want her kid, why couldn't my path have crossed her and me take care of this baby? Like, I want to save all the little babies and have like, a hard knock life, like house with just babies all over the place and pugs. Like, that's what I want. But of course, it's not realistic. It's not. So what else?
I'm sure you can do it if that's your goal.
My goal is to save one. That would be amazing. Like, there was a little boy that was missing for 3 days, Christopher Ramirez in Texas. And they this morning, 5 miles away from his house. He was only 3 years old. And he was found by an owner of a property. And he came out of the woods. Like, that would be my life's goal, is to be like, oh my God, I found this baby. Oh my God, I saved this baby's life. Oh my God.
Do you want to find them yourself, or do you want to use your platform to help spread awareness to find someone or help someone?
Doing that, but to be able to help, I'll tell you one thing. I know that my trip down to Florida wasn't in vain. I do believe that I helped get Cassie Laundry to come out and talk. And I'm not tooting my horn about it, but I was a part of that. And she probably may not have done that otherwise. Maybe I was destined to go down there. But and I thought that it was very odd. And what made me a little crazy, and I'm sure you saw the video where I was like totally losing it, is because I missed a plane. I never missed a plane. All of my plans went backwards and I lost control. And I don't lose control over situations like that, especially when I'm traveling. So that's, I got 20% left on battery. I just went nuts. So that whole thing, whatever happened in Florida, it really was a week ago. It was totally organic. Nothing was faked. And people are mad at me that I didn't record myself leaving the basket, and were mad that I didn't yell. That video of me yelling is not my video. They're like, well, why don't you put it on your channel? I'm like, no, I was caught on video. It's not my video. Was it one of my prouder moments? I don't care. I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm proud, but I'm not ashamed of it. I don't think I made a fool out of myself. I don't think I'm a hero, because a lot of people are saying, you said everything that I wish that we could say. What I'm mainly saying is, who do you people think that you are, that you can have all these people on edge, including me? Like, I just don't understand that. And my message was, cooperate with the police. Cooperate with the FBI. See, I'm a pussy when it comes to the FBI and the police. I will be like, no, I'll tell you everything. Oh my God.
You should cooperate.
I will cooperate. I won't resist arrest. I'm afraid of the police. I'm afraid of the FBI, but I support them as well. And I don't want crazy lunatics on the street. And so I feel like I did it in a little bit of an extra sort of way, but I definitely go down there to promote the channel. And I didn't
just want to get your message out there.
I only went up over 2,000. I mean, you went up 2 million with the way people are like, you did this for your channel. I was like, no, I really didn't. I would have been all dolled up, and I would have told those people my name was Molly Golightly. And they were like, oh, why didn't you tell them you're Molly Golightly? I was like, because that would have been completely disingenuous. I came down there as Marissa. My hair all wacky, and I was dirty. I had things on my tits. That's why I was coming.
Yeah, that's definitely where the take a shower comment came from for me. I didn't understand that. I was like, go in there.
Hours before I started yelling. I never checked into the hotel. But then when I got back to the hotel, I did that video and I just could not calm down. And then I took a shower. And then, Nas is calling. I got to go pick him up. All right. So I got to go.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate you doing this interview and clearing some things up for me. Again, I want to give a shout out to Molly Golightly and thank her again for coming on and doing this interview. She definitely didn't have to. She didn't have to come on here and be blatantly honest with a lot of different things. I do disagree with her on a few things still, if you didn't hear that during the interview. But I do respect when someone could come on and say their piece. So shout outs to her. Thank you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe. And if you're extra nasty, check me out on Patreon or join my channel memberships. I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah, I'm on TikTok. Follow me on all my social media platforms. The link should be in the description. See you guys later.